Hey guys, alright, I know you saw the articles. I know you guys saw all the articles floating around that had to do with my Detroit Pistons. Yes, it's the article where ex-Pistons great Chauncey Billups came out and said that the Pistons would have been much better. Not only much better, but they would have won at least 3 championships if they had drafted Carmelo Anthony instead of he who shall not be named. And you know, in the NBA world, there are a bunch of what ifs. What if this, what if that, what if this, what if, what if? What if? And on top of that, Carmelo Anthony also came out and said he wanted to be drafted by Detroit. He thought he was getting drafted by Detroit after the Cavs selected LeBron James, and then the Pistons selected he who shall not be named. Now, the 2003 draft is a very sensitive topic for any Detroit Pistons fan. If you look at who was on the board when they made this selection, Carmelo Anthony, of course, Dwayne Wade, even Chris Bosh. And then the Pistons come out of nowhere with the second pick and select he who shall not be named. There was no logical reasoning for this selection. There was nothing anyone, even at the time of the draft, could say, well, yes, I could see why they did this. No, there was absolutely nothing to defend the pick. However, the Pistons did go on to win the NBA championship that year. You don't know what would have happened if the Pistons selected Carmelo Anthony. They may not have even won that championship. And here's why. If you take Carmelo Anthony to the Detroit Pistons, granted, Chauncey Billups said he would have been a much better player if he were drafted by the Detroit Pistons. He would have been a much better team player because they wouldn't have allowed him to play the type of basketball that he played in Denver. I believe that 100%. Yo, I believe that 100%, no doubt in my mind. Carmelo Anthony would have been a much better player if he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. But there is no way to tell how many championships they would have won. Everything would have been different. The entire landscape of the NBA would have been different. At the time, Tayshaun Prince was their starting small forward. Let's say they draft Carmelo Anthony. That probably sends Tayshaun Prince to the bench, which will affect the Pistons starting lineup, which will affect the chemistry. And then later down the road, how good would the Pistons have been? Would they have needed to trade for Rasheed Wallace? Who knows? Maybe they don't trade for Rasheed Wallace and they never win the championship for some reason. Maybe Tayshaun Prince isn't in that game against Indiana where he had that huge block. Or maybe they don't need that Tayshaun Prince block because they're already winning that game by so much or losing that game by so much, or they're not even playing against Indiana anymore. So it's hard to say whether or not they would have won 3 championships. There is no way to say, yes, it was a great move to take he who shall not be named over Carmelo Anthony. You cannot say that and honestly think you're smart. No. And then if you look at the Pistons' recent struggles up until this year, with the 6-year playoff drought, which is coming to an end this year, hashtag Detroit Pistons 2016 playoffs. Who knows what that would have been like? We probably wouldn't have some of the players we have now, if not any of the players that we have now. Just so many what ifs in NBA. That's all I'm saying. You can run any simulation on 2K, you can run a simulation, but simulations aren't like the real thing. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020, but my sight is always 40-40 because I see what you don't. I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. I'm looking forward to the future because the future in Detroit is extremely bright. And no joke, the sun just started, it's been pretty cloudy here, but the sun just started coming up when I said that. So you already know, Pistons 2016 NBA champion. But I hope you guys did enjoy that video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, I have started a second channel where it's kind of like this, except I just talk about random stuff. Random funny videos. So if you want to check that out, the link will be down in the description box below. I actually just posted my first video. My first video on that channel was just posted by the time this one goes up. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Also, make sure to like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the team, the only team that stays getting buckets, Team SDC, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace. I hope you guys are ready because today's video is a video that you've all been waiting for. Today is the day where I will give you my predictions on who will win the NBA championship.